They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen brought to you by L81 Bottling Company. Taste, love, and share the tradition. Harvest Energy Solutions. Harvest cabins when you absolutely have to get away. Housewarmings, meeting all of your outdoor living and fireplace needs. Kentucky Sheep and Goat Development Office. Try something different tonight. Rose Farm Supply. Family farming and commitment to our customers since 1982. Salt Rocks, the flavor of life. Woods Equipment Company has every tool you need to make working the land as rewarding as hunting it. The city of Stanford, Kentucky. Come home to Stanford. Good Foods Co-op. Larkspur Farm Market. Weisenberger Mill. Your village shop.
We're back. Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. You know what?
What?
We took a break. The weather was awful.
Yes, it was.
Spring is in the air.
You sure?
It's still kind of nasty out right now. Spring is in the air. Yes, spring. Listen to this. Kentucky history. The Derby is right around the corner. You know, when we talk about Kentucky tradition and history, I'm a 7th generation Kentuckian.
Wow.
Now you think about that. There's so much history here in Kentucky. Such a beautiful state, so many things to see. But the food traditions are absolutely tremendous. You think about this. Think about some of the things that come from Kentucky. Some of them we've already done. Let's talk about the burgoo. Let's talk about the mint julep. Derby pie. Hot brown. We've done that on the show. If you haven't watched that, go back and look. We actually have a cookbook from the 40s. Marion Flexner wrote it, and we're getting such cool secrets out of this whole cookbook. Now, Duncan Hines did a little bit in the beginning of it. Now, Duncan Hines traveled all over the state. He had a book called Adventures in Good Eating. He would go around to different places. Yeah, and that was 1935.
The year you were born.
Yeah. He would travel around, just like, you know, some of these shows you see nowadays, but he would travel around and find these little places, holes in the walls, like this Colonel Sanders dude who was cooking.
Really?
Yeah. Think about the tradition of Kentucky foods, and think about the wonderful food history. Rolled oysters.
Yummy.
Beer cheese.
Wow.
Started right here in Kentucky. Now, in this book, Marion talks about this stuff, and she went right to the source and got these original recipes for the most part.
That's a great book.
And would try to get these things. So tonight, it's pure Kentucky history. Now, we have had folks, I got 2 favorites.
I know.
They really
delicious.
have good beer cheese here in Kentucky. I'm not going to pick or choose, but you can go back and look at our shows. There's 2 people that really like the beer cheese. This is just a basic beer cheese that you can make in your own kitchen. Now, you can add to these and you can take away what you do or don't like, but it gives you a very basic beer cheese. Now, some of the folks that we sample their stuff, it's really unique. They've got something different. We don't know their secrets. But this is going back to Marion's book. Look at this book. Found it in an antique store. It's called Out of Kentucky Kitchens. Look at the coffee stains.
Wow.
Sent around from 1940s. And we've got them bookmarked for our favorite pages. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff out of here, and we're going to really go back and find some historic Kentucky recipes this year and share those with you. Do you notice anything different?
I like it. You look younger. What happened? Wow. That's nice.
I did that to bring spring in.
Did you? I do like it. It makes you look about 20. Are you available?
I'm very available. Hey, this is a family show.
You're available?
Well, to you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Christmas. All right, so tonight we're going to do some wonderful snacky stuff. Spring's coming up. You're going to be out on the patio. You want to entertain your friends. You want some really good stuff. You say, hey, look what I did.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. Let's start with the beer cheese. 1940s, Clark County, Kentucky.
Johnny Allman was a fella, had a restaurant, the name of it was Johnny Allman's, and he was credited with the invention of beer cheese. And they usually start with a sharp cheddar cheese, and then you can add from there cayenne pepper, whatever you want. All right, we're going to start this recipe with 1 pound of cheddar, extra sharp, and we're going to use a little bit less of some American cheese. You've already grated this and ground this up, or you can buy it prepared like this yourself. This is such an easy deal. We're going to put it in a food processor. We tried a mixer, but this works a lot better, doesn't it? You actually have to cut that up and it breaks it down. Now, if you like it a little bit chunky, you can certainly do it that way. Now, we're going to come back with 3 cloves of garlic right here. And I found the easiest way to get this in there quickly is just put it in a press and squeeze it out. And kind of spread it around, and that gives you that good garlic taste. All right, we're going to come back with 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce.
I didn't realize this was so easy.
It is.
It's amazing.
Now, obviously, there are folks who do this for a living and make some really good stuff. And they're doing some, some different things besides what we're doing. We're going to put a little bit of dried mustard in there. Let's go about a teaspoon on that.
Okay.
Let's go a teaspoon of salt. And that's exactly a teaspoon. Now, if you choose, and I do, put a little cayenne pepper in that. You can put that in there now as we're mixing it up, or you can put it on the top later. I'm going to put a dash in there. Now, I like Crystal hot sauce. That's just me. Love that stuff.
You're making it nice and hot.
Tad of that.
That's a tad?
Ooh, I like a little heat to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of beer in there. It calls for about a cup.
Any kind of beer? Doesn't matter?
Any kind. I'm using a light beer on this one.
Okay.
And you could use any kind of beer you want.
All right, you ready?
Go.
Yum.
This is very acceptable. And you can put this in your refrigerator and let it chill a little bit. But I'm telling you what, right out of the... I'm sorry, I can't wait.
That's delicious.
That's beer cheese. And you can add what you like to that.
That's so good. I could eat that with a spoon.
And there you have a very acceptable, very tasty beer cheese right from the 1940s. I'm telling you what, when you're out and about, we look for different things now. When I was first looking at antique shops, I was looking for old guns and old collectibles and weird stuff. Now we're looking for old kitchen stuff and old cookbooks. You can't believe what you can find out there.
Best recipes.
Yum.
That's delicious.
That's absolutely acceptable, absolutely yummy. You can do it right in your own kitchen in a very short amount of time. In a minute, we talked about the rolled oysters. There were 2 restaurants in Louisville back in the 40s that were kind of fighting over this. One of them went out of business. One of them carried on for a while, but it was really big. Now, when you think about Kentucky and you think about oysters, hey, we had it going on. Now, there's other kind of oysters, mountain oysters.
Yeah. Those are okay. They taste good, but I don't want any.
Not on this show. Okay. But you know what? There's so many cool things we can do here. But anyway, let's put that in the refrigerator and save that for later. We have another snack coming up too, a pate.
Oh, wow.
From Sonia Yuri from the Kentucky book. Really? Just all kinds of good stuff tonight. Let's put this on.
All right.
The beer cheese was good.
Yes, it was.
Now it's time for something more substantial, more protein. We love our seafood. We love oysters.
That's our favorite.
Then I started reading about the Louisville rolled oysters. You take 3 oysters and you dip it in a batter. The batter consists of 1 egg with 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 cup of milk, and 1/2 cup of flour. You beat that up, and that's just so simple. You get that going. You take your 3 oysters and you try to keep these in a ball in your hand.
It's going to be messy, isn't it?
You dip them in there. Then you roll them. You could use crackers if you choose. I like the white bolted cornmeal. I just like that with oysters. You roll them up. Then we're going to double dip them because she said she had a trick in the book that held it together better. Pop it in there, your baseball size oyster mass.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you about these guys. Philip Mazzoni, he was an Italian immigrant. He had a restaurant in Louisville in the late 19th century, and they would actually give these away if you bought a beer or whiskey. Now, during Prohibition, they remained open by selling these oysters, and it became a popular food item all over town.
This is messy.
It's messy, but I think it's going to be worth the effort. And that's where you really got to pack it together.
Give me a ball.
Got to maintain the baseball size shape.
I think I got it.
All right, I'm going to set this up here.
How's that look?
Very carefully. Yep. Set it in there. Now lower it into the grease. And the sizzle begins. All right, Al Kolb's restaurant is no more. These two restaurants competed with each other, and sometimes they use crackers or cornmeal or whatever. But Mazzoni's, at the time this book was written, was still going strong. And I think maybe they both claimed them as their own, but here's what they look like.
Wow. Oh, they're perfect.
Okay, one more. Louisville Rolled Oysters.
Yum.
Now, I made my sauce that you can go back and look on our green fried tomatoes. It's just a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of sweet mustard,
Yum.
and then some Thousand Island dressing. And then I put some
good.
Tonys in there. Mix it up and you're ready to go. Now, you know what? This is going to be too hot to handle. But, see, it says about baseball size. And it's kind of, you got to double dip them, I think. Like she said in the book.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
yum. Oh, my goodness.
Then you just bust it up.
Now that looks good.
Now look at that right there.
Too hot
It's
to eat?
probably too hot to eat, but
I want it.
I want it worse. You don't want my sauce?
I just want to eat it
That'll
first.
cool it down.
Good.
How you eating that?
That's good.
Man, I'm gonna just roll it in some of this cool sauce.
Yummy fried oyster. I like that.
You still have that maintained integrity of the oyster inside of that,
Yeah, you do.
but it's cooked all the way through, and it's almost like a steamed oyster
With a nice coating.
with the
That's
nice
good.
batter and coating on the outside. Let me tell you what.
What a great idea.
No wonder that was a success in the Louisville restaurant market back in the day. Man, that is good. A big old chunk, too. I mean, that's a healthy sized portion.
Those are good. I could eat those all day.
How about a pate?
I love pate.
How about Sonia Yuri's Icebox cocktail pate? You're supposed to have this with salty crackers before you have your cocktails,
Really?
highballs, or sherry.
Wow, that sounds interesting.
This, you can just tell, you could say pate, you don't have to say it's Braunschweiger.
Okay.
I love Braunschweiger. Remember
So
getting
do
that when you were
I.
a kid?
Yes, in a sandwich.
That is a liverwurst, which is a smoked pork liver sausage.
I always love that.
It's absolutely delicious. The flavors are inexplicable, but wonderful. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take, now this was a grand total of what, $3
Yeah,
at the store?
it's pretty cheap.
But it's absolutely got a wonderful texture, wonderful smell, and people will, if you call it pate, a cocktail pate.
Wow, you sound
never
fancy.
tell them what's in it.
Wow.
Sonia never told anybody what
Ever
was
since
in
you
it.
shaved, you got really fancy.
Like that,
It's
don't you?
changed you.
So anyhow, let's take a half a pound of Braunschweiger,
Alrighty, can do that.
which I absolutely love. Now, you mind getting your hands messy on this one?
I did last time. I'll do it
You can
again.
mush it up.
Alrighty, I like
I
mushing.
put a little bit of olive oil in here
Okay.
so we could, so it wouldn't stick. We're going to chill this. All right, now let's take 3 ounces of cream cheese.
Okay, so about over half, under a half. Okay.
And we have our Worcestershire sauce.
Sure.
Now, if you look at it the way it's phonetically, it looks like Worcestershire, but I think it's Worcestershire sauce. So anyhow, this, by the way, has got an interesting past. This stuff was made years and years ago. It is actually a kind of a smoked fish. It's an
Really?
anchovy with malt vinegar and all kinds of weird
You
stuff
know
in
to
it.
know this stuff. Wow.
After I shaved, it just came to
Really?
me.
You
Yeah.
got smart.
So we're going to put about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce in there. You can put you a little, I like this crystal sauce.
You like it hot?
Yeah, just a little bit of that in there. Just
Just a
tad.
little.
And then we're going to take butter, 1 stick
All right.
of butter.
So am I just like mixing this all together, getting dirty?
Yep. You can have
All
your little mash or whatever. Now, we're going to put this in the food processor, and she, Sonia, likes some truffle in hers. So I'm thinking, maybe we'd put just
Some
a little,
mushrooms?
wouldn't a little mushrooms go with that?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I think I'm ready for Miss Sonia Yuri's pate.
That looks delicious.
It does look delicious.
You need to shave more often. You come up with some good stuff.
Tony, I think those beard hairs were like putting pressure on my brain.
I do
They're
too.
pulling like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So you really like being clean chicken?
I do.
Which way you like me best?
I like you both ways.
Easy now. Family show. Family show.
That was good.
Now, Sonia would say, wait till you got your highball ready, or your brandy or whatever, and chill it and then bring it out. But you know what?
I'm not waiting.
Yeah. It's going to happen right now.
That's good.
Oh, wow.
That would be good
You
chill.
know, the Braunschweiger South liverwurst is yummy, and it has that wonderful smoked, delicious flavor. But when you add the richness of the cream cheese
That
and
is
the
good.
butter, and I can taste the
Oh, wow.
mushrooms in there. I can see how she would have wanted the truffle in there.
That's a good book. Wonderful recipes.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. I need a spoon eat
I need a
that.
pile of that. So far tonight, we got 3 really cool things
Right.
for hors d'oeuvres. You got your pate, Sonia Yuri's pate. We have our beer cheese,
That was good.
and we have our
Oysters.
rolled oysters.
Those were delicious.
All Kentucky stuff. Man, you're going to be popular at your next party. You know how to be more popular? Check our Facebook page and like it. See where we're going and what we're doing. We've got a lot of things coming up. But you know, as we're talking about that, you might want to check out TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com. Check out our recipes that you might not have seen before, some shows that you might not have seen before. Got a new look coming up on our website. All kinds of cool stuff going on. You know, we need a dessert.
Yeah, we do.
I got something for you.
Really? I can't wait to try it. What is it?
Can't tell you.
Okay.
Tell you.
Top secret.
Looks
love
like dessert.
Bananas are good.
I see bananas and I see peanuts. You know, as we're thinking about dessert, let's go ahead and think about what's happening on the farm. We do have an update on our bees. The sheep are getting mighty close.
Yeah,
I would like to go through the whole process.
I would too. I want to be
With
there.
cameras rolling.
I want to be there.
Now, you've been doing a lot of research. We've been looking. They got to come out head first.
I'm getting a little nervous.
So if they don't,
We got to. You have to
gotta-
get in there. You're
you
gonna have to
gotta-
help them.
you gotta get
I'll
some
deliver
gloves.
the babies.
You
I'll
gotta get some
deliver.
gloves. You look like a midwife.
I will be. You know
It's
I
a
will.
precious job. So we're going to check on that stuff coming up. But first of all, I was contacted by a nice fella. He says, we want to talk about a Kentucky dessert. Now, this is something, if you've been to church a lot in Kentucky, which I did as a kid, and you eat on the ground, this is something that's called banana croquettes. Now, this is very particular to like the Hardin County area, and I
See,
think
I've
down
never
around
had
Bowling
this.
Green. I haven't either.
Okay.
But I've heard of it, and he was talking about this, and he gave me the name of a lady, and I wish she could have been here, but we had to get this show out, and we couldn't get our schedules to line up, so we're going to make banana croquettes. Now, there's a lot of dissenting theories on this. A lot of people will just make a mayonnaise-based dressing to put on the bananas, and they'll maybe cut that with milk, and they roll that up and put peanuts. Now, let's go back to our antiquity. Remember this?
Yay, I do.
Remember this? Show them
works
how this
good.
works.
My grandma used to do it this way. Did yours? Isn't that neat?
We're crunching our nuts.
We're making our own.
Is that not cool? This is probably from the 50s. We like to
I love
pick
it.
up old stuff because it's just cool.
Ta-da! They're nuts.
Look. Ooh, they smell good too.
Don't they?
Fresh chocolate.
That's kind of. I remember as a kid doing this. That's fun.
All right, now let's go ahead and talk about this. There's a very simple flour, sugar, salt. You want
Right.
to mix it up?
I will.
Since
I'll
you've
let
got
you
more hands than I do.
go ahead and get the.
And by the way, for those folks who have never watched the show, and we're starting to get views from all over the place, and people say, hey, I watched the whole show and never saw Tim's right arm. She's his right arm. I want to tell you, I lost my right arm in a motorcycle accident. Lost the use of my right arm in a motorcycle accident about 30 years ago when I was a young Marine.
Right.
If you want to find out more about it, look up the Tim Farmer story. But this is my right arm.
That's right.
All right, let's make this thing.
All right. We start out. We're going to get our 2 tablespoons of flour, which
Okay.
I've already measured out for us. We have 3 tablespoons of sugar. If you want to dump that
All
in.
right, sugar.
And then we need a teaspoon of salt. Now, before we start the burner, we got to add our liquids. And
We
then
should have some liquid in there.
Yes. This is a 1/4 cup of vinegar
All right. Let's see where you're going here.
and 1/2 cup of milk.
Now, again, if this is not the way you make banana croquettes, let us know. We're interested to see how other people do it. Don't get mad at us because it's not the way you do it. This is from a recipe from the 30s, by the way. But there are so many ways to do it. It's like a banana split, but you don't have to worry about the ice cream and everything like that. And you know, when
sweet
you get this thing going, you got to eat them pretty quick. Bananas don't set in the warm
Right.
sun very well without starting to turn black. We don't want
True.
that. All right, we
So we got to warm this up.
All right, let's get this going. Till it boils.
And it says we want to heat it till it bubbles. So we want
That
bubbles.
shouldn't take very long. You know what? While this is going, we've got so much fun planned. We have the grandbabies coming back very shortly.
They're very excited.
They have a song and dance routine that we're going to...
Wow.
That's going to be fun. They're going to the ice cream place. Oh, Taryn's fired up.
She can't.
She
She's so
dropped the
excited.
phone. She was so excited.
She loves ice cream.
We're going to the ice cream place. Kelly, who's behind the camera over there, has been trying to make me fat with her white chocolate cakes, which she might have to do on the show sometime. And she's found the chocolate shop in Lexington.
The best ever.
You know what? I'm trying so hard to be good, but y'all keep putting this wonderful food in front of me.
Just eat a little bit. It's not going to hurt
I
you.
know.
You know what else the girls want to do is plant the garden with you. They're very excited about planting the garden.
Is anybody else out there fired up for their garden this year? We're going to start that very shortly. I talked to Bobby Joe the other day. He is so ready to get his new Martin houses up.
Oh, wow.
He's got new Martin houses. We're starting to thicken up here. All right, it's Bubba. We need to get the... Yeah.
This is an egg that I've beaten.
All right.
You go ahead and we need to let that...
What did that egg do to deserve?
I know. Beaten. Now you have to stir that for 2 minutes. So I got to time 2 minutes.
What about the butter?
That's last.
Butter in last?
So 2 minutes of egg.
Would you say we're probably at 2 minutes?
I'll say we're at 2.
All right,
All right,
2 minutes.
2 minutes, and now I have...
Looks like custard.
Looks pretty good. I got 2 tablespoons of butter.
Looks like custard now.
It does. As soon as that melts in, we're done.
Okay, the butter is about melted. Now, if anybody's ever heard the old saying, church on the ground, you remember when church meetings used to go really long?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you have to break for lunch outside and then go back in? Well,
That's where we are?
where we are. And then some precious old lady would come up with her banana croquettes and set them down in front of you, and you just make, it would make the next 3 preachers seem
Sound better.
absolutely better. Look at that. That looks
looks good.
That looks like custard. All right, now let's let that cool down, get to
All right.
about room temperature. Then we're going to take our bananas out and we're going to cut them. And there's a variety of different ways that different people do this, but we're going to cut them kind of long ways, maybe split them in
Okay.
half. Put that on top. Roll these
Yummy.
fresh crushed peanuts on there, and we're going to have a banana croquettes.
Yummy.
Uniquely Kentucky.
Ready?
We're ready. I'm excited. This has been, to me, a fun show tonight because we have shown uniquely Kentucky things from an old book. Mm-hmm. I mean, really cool stuff. This right here is, again, an idea from a viewer.
I've never heard of this. This is really...
I'm going to cut them about.
Unique.
I know this is, I should cut them in half. I guess I should cut them in half. I want them to be a little bit longer. I'm going to cut them in half, like such.
Right.
You know what? Really?
It's healthy.
Okay, let's dump me some peanuts out. Kind of thin them out, lay them out all over the place. This really sticks to that. I can see how this is going to be. Oh,
Yum.
wow. You smell the combination of that already? How wonderful that smells.
It does smell good.
And look, and we'll place it right here.
Now the granddaughters would have liked these.
Keep on going. Let's keep rolling on this. This is really sticky and gluey. See how sticky and gluey that is? That makes that stick to that perfectly.
You have to lick your fingers.
Man. Look at that. Hey, I might have something new here that I like. Of course, it's old. This is so cool, and it smells so good.
What?
What?
I'm hungry.
We gotta wait.
Okay, what are we waiting for?
I mean to say go.
Okay.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Look at that.
They look good.
Which one you want?
All of
I
them?
want this one right here.
Let's get one in. That's good.
No, that's stupid good.
It's really good. What a combo. Who created that combo?
All right. I'm proud of Kentucky for coming up with that recipe. Mrs. Farmer, nice to see you again up here
Nice
at the
to
cabin.
see you.
Do you come here often?
Just when you're here.
That's quite often.
Yeah, I know.
That's delicious. Very easy, and at this point, we should probably sign off by saying it's all about
Good times.
good friends,
Some good eats.
banana croquettes,
Let's eat some more.
a Kentucky treasure.
To order a cookbook or DVD of the show, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com.
Special thanks to Furniture World Superstore, Kinco Farm Fence Supplies, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm, Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen brought to you by L81 Bottling Company. Taste, love, and share the tradition. Harvest Energy Solutions, harvest cabins when you absolutely have to get away. Housewarmings, meeting all of your outdoor living and fireplace needs. Kentucky Sheep and Goat Development Office, try something different tonight. Rose Farm Supply, family farming and commitment to our customers since 1982. Salt Rocks, the flavor of life. Woods Equipment Company has every tool you need to make working the land as rewarding as hunting it. The city of Stanford, Kentucky. Come home to Stanford. Good Foods Co-op, Marksbury Farm Market, Weisenberger Mill, Your Village Shop.